Donald Trump stopped by in Erie and held his Make America Great Again rally today to discuss a variety of topics to his supporters. Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. Former President Donald Trump visits Erie for the first time since his presidency as he looks to rally support for his 2024 presidential campaign. Matt Mathias has our story tonight on the 45th President of the United States returning to Erie.
A rowdy and energetic crowd of Trump supporters eagerly awaited his arrival to Erie Insurance Arena. When the former president finally arrived, he was met with roars and cheering. Trump says his trip back to Erie will be the first of many as he looks to get back on the campaign trail. The former president addressed many topics, including the recent indictment charges he's facing.
They waited 2.5, almost 3 years, so that they could bring him right in the middle of my presidential election, because it's election interference. These are crooked people. You know, they're not indicting me, they're indicting you. I just happen to be standing in their way. That's all it is.
Trump doubled down on his claims regarding the Biden family, pointing the finger at recent investigations into international relations.
And until the FBI, DOJ, and IRS hand over every scrap of evidence they have on the Biden crime family's corrupt business dealings, we have to know, and the public deserves to know.
Election reform was another talking point of the former president, who is still saying that the 2020 presidential election was rigged. Trump says if he returns to office, his goal is to have one-day voting with only paper ballots. Former President Trump is receiving support from all over Pennsylvania, including State Representative Mike Kelly.
I'm asking you to put in your mouthpiece, pull down your helmet, tighten the skin strap, and let's go out and win. Let's go win. Let's go win. Let's go. Let's go. This is Trump country. This is a Trump nation.
At Saturday night's rally, Trump vowed to tackle several issues, including inflation, the housing market, wages, gas prices, defending Pennsylvania energy jobs, and end a war on fracking, amongst other things.
And we will make America great again.
Matt Mathias, Fox 66 News.